What is the irrational? What is the irrational? Excellent question. I think most of us would bring to our minds the images of chaos and confusion or insanity when we think of the word irrational. But this is a relatively narrow description of an exceptionally broad yet very misunderstood phenomena. I mean, look at the entire 20th century. I mean, it is a grand testimonial to irrationality. Only in this century, and most certainly the last few decades since WW2, have we seen such mass irrationality. Huge senseless wars, mind-boggling mistakes and disasters made at random, viruses, diseases, butchers killing on a whim, or a twisted rock lyric, or a sugar binge, and on and on and on. You name the example. Just pick up the front page or turn on the TV. Examples abound of the senseless, reasonless acts of man and nature. And what's really crazy is this shit's like a cancer running mad, gobbling up as it goes. And these acts of senselessness are not just going to stop or go away politely through some political posturing or legislation or military juntas or corporate takeovers or prayer groups or petitions. Ain't no fucking God or leader gonna walk right in and magically clear things up and cure us. Shit is flying, man, and no home is safe from the zaniness of this age. Everyone is affected by the madness. Yet, thanks to the overwhelm of information via the media age and Walter Cronkite, we become dulled, virtually senseless. Do you care if 397 die in Tibet? Or an earthquake wipes out Chile? Or an oil spill, or pollution, or a killing, or another fucking auto crash, or bribery, or fraud, or conspiracy? Hell, you just turn the damn channel, grab another beer, go to sleep, or you gotta deal with the fucking bills in the morning. Nobody gives a shit what's going on, because for the most part, none of us know how to come to any understanding of this shitpot of phenomena. We turn off our minds because we don't know how to turn them on. Our reaction is apathy. I don't know. Too bad. What can I do about it? You know, everybody is saying fuck it and turning their backs. But hold on. Here is where the study of the irrational comes into play and actually can help. Now, bear with me while I get a little wordy here, okay? From the ongoing perspective of life seen as a flowing whole of events we term the present, okay, all phenomena becomes acceptable. Everything that happens becomes acceptable. We are not displaced by any random that occurs, for we have accepted the irrational as the basis for and of existence, and therefore are capable of including any event into our worldview. Any event. We examine the particulars of each event, what makes up or is in fact happening. We study the components of phenomena to find relationship to the irrational, and we learn to see life from the point of view of the absurd. And why are you doing this, you ask? Well, because we want to survive and evolve, man. We want to make the next leap forward in our development, that eternal task, the development of the saga of man. And this is the age of the absurd, the irrational. That which cannot be described in rational terms, yet is, and can be experienced and demonstrated. It cannot be given reasonable explanations, because the absurd does not conform to reason. The absurd is impossible to explain. It is through feeling that the observer comes to develop a relationship, so to speak, with the events of the absurd. It is through feeling and the individual observations of the conscious man and or woman that we explore the absurd, the irrational, the random, the accidental, the rhythmical. The absurd lies outside the boundaries of reason and logic. The absurd is. Its existence it can be validated by all of us. Every one of us has examples and testimonials to the absurd. This age we live in demands exploration and understanding of the absurd, or we simply won't survive. We'll eventually destroy ourselves out of pure frustration. I tell you this truly. An understanding of the absurd is vital. We must embrace the absurd. We owe it to ourselves to lead fully actualized lives. We owe it to ourselves to live richly and in harmony to our environment. And brother, our environment is the absurd. Enjoy yourself. Turn the card of pain and hate over and find the laughter that exists underneath. Oh, and my brother's asshole as well. Yes, recognize the absurd as Lord God of all, and see the truth of existence in the polyp on Ronald Reagan's asshole. Know the power of religion as you masturbate alongside Jimmy Swaggart. Kill the pilot and co-pilot, then all aboard for cheap thrills and your name on TV. Discover love via the condom and Vaseline. Have dinner with Samosa, then go downstairs for torture and cognac. Buy some shoes with Imelda Marcus. Trust God. Paralyze an entire city with a series of phone calls. Poison an entire population, then sue the government for damages and expenses. Feel the mindless hate of the masses as you drive by in your Mercedes. Go ahead. Yes. The madness is yours. It's absurd. Embrace it.
Excuse me, if I may. Please, excuse me, if I may just interrupt for a moment, please. Pardon me. Excuse me, I'm sure there are quite a few of you who are exhibiting not in the least amount of confusion and possible consternation from the preceding characterizations. Now, I'd like to point out, if I may, that the intent of the director has not been to alienate or provocate anyone, nor has it been to crumble any individual's fragile worldview. The director has chosen, in keeping within the allowable precepts of this socio-historical documentation and the guidelines set forth by the Foundation's policy towards funding, to produce works within the modern genre of the excessive, or, as it has been so aptly termed, the theater of terrorism. This theater of terrorism is simply the reflection of the madness coursing through our current international societies as a collective, and is by no means the personal view of the director or that of our sponsor, the Presidential Task Force on Traditional American Values. I'd like to take this opportunity at this time to assuage any fears or guilts, real or imagined, or any misconceptions concerning the presentation of this theater by members of the said traditional audience. However, this documentation and its particulars are governed by the flow of society and lie outside the boundaries of any individual or committee's control. Again, I wish to point out the fact that this performance collection is the fruit of an extensive, exhaustive study into the cacophonous, irrational, nonlinear restructuring of many of the experiences and relationships to be found within this particular society. In addition, the attempt has been made to present to you the various counterpositions or locations of hope, as it were, that do exist and serve as glue for our present societal framework, and indeed as points of continuum for those who choose to see them as such.
I was previously obfuscated, but now I'm situationally hypomyoglytetic. Most assuredly, I am possessed by remunerative parsimonious quabobobulism in both residuous and proebioid circulations, though based upon the dectotension, which I clearly foretook to be cretentious, I find that I'm observing my obsessive, excessive characters running rampant lately, yet, in observation, I'm learning to appreciate the depth, clarity, and resolve of these neo-avantplationists and the ornithogriated percolators, oh, and the iliophlagmatic schemners, not to mention my next guest.
You touched upon it. You named it. You identified it. You discovered it. You touched upon it. You recognized the phenomenon as being that which we together. I am warm inside.
Thoughts of plan, infallible hands, no mortals in control. Minds pointed like one-way sign. Need to make myself so bad.
But where's the plan? Felt the wind.
I was taking a shit at the county courthouse.
Open stalls, blood-stained
Two
tiles.
flaming homosexuals flitted in and entered the booth next to mine.
I could tell that they were queers because their eyes were deep set. They had
Within a
high,
matter of
pronounced
moments, I
foreheads
heard
due to
sucking,
sucking
and
cock.
slurping, and gurgling noises. Then I looked to my left, underneath the partition, and noticed one of them in the fecal position, pants at ankles, and the other one placed lovingly and ceremoniously between his legs.
Work it out, big boy.
Work it out, big boy.
Work it out, big
Work
boy.
it
Work it
out.
out.
As the seated one kept murmuring and moaning. I paused for a moment to wipe, then tossed the tissue over the divider. I heard a gasp. Then licking, chewing sounds. I decided not to flush. What the heck? Maybe they were hungrier than I thought.
I am the standard bearer. I am he who carries the torch. I am he who lights the flame of eternal vision. I am he who leadeth the masses valiantly through the wilderness. I am he who bringeth the truth. I am he who comes down from Hosanna on high. I am he who smelleth the asshole and fecal pile of a Manx kitten with worms. I am the standard bearer.
Hey, I finally impressed my dog. For months now, we've been competing at various sports and events, games, activities, basic competition stuff. And she's been kicking my ass at everything we did. Golf, bicycling, tennis, chess, stock market, bingo, the lottery, the Sunday crossword fucking puzzle. I mean, everything, man. It's kind of depressing. But hey, today, I got her. I finally got her. I really got her. We had snuck into the Beatrice building, and we were hiding ourselves in a service elevator for right up to the 13th floor penthouse. Buddy, which is my dog, had been talking about getting a shot at this pit bull who worked for the Jewish realtor investor who was on the Beatrice board, whose apartment office we were headed up to. And I had been toying with the idea of setting up a secret video camera in his office so I could blackmail the son of a bitch when he does his daily noontime anal sex slave routine with those 9-year-olds. So we set up the equipment and figured the logistics, and we're in the process of leaving. Oh, by the way, I had flawlessly, and quite stealthily, I must admit, arranged the camera to catch every sordid, lecherous detail, complete with remote studio-quality audio recording. It was killer. And Buddy was outside finishing, removing the face and the jaw of the kind of screwed-up pit bull by way of a sneak attack. Kind of came around behind her and slit her throat, and placed the twitching hulk of a mangled dog into a paper shredder, and was sadistically and slowly turning the machine on and off. It was wild. And then I paused at the emergency stairwell as we were slipping out, which had a sliding window. I said to her, "Hey, you want to see something really spectacular?" Hold on. This will just take a minute. You see that guy coming into the building down below? That's J. David Klennerman, the cocksucker who we just took care of. Watch this. And with that, I pulled down my pants and arched up a deep blast of coffee-stenched lime yellow piss. Oh, God, it was gorgeous, magnificently cascading earthward. It was amazing. Just as the ark was about to make contact with J. David, I yelled down to him, "Hey, you! This is from God!" And as he looked up in startled shock and with his mouth open, the golden shower was brought forth upon his gaping countenance and $7,000 suit. It was beautiful. Beautiful. My dog went absolutely bonkers wild. She started farting and rolling in the stairs. She was convulsed with laughter and hysterics. She was screaming, holding her sides. Right on. Right on. I finally impressed my dog. When I pour gasoline, I'm reminded of the blood of my ancestors. When I burn gasoline, I burn the body of my ancestors. I hear their voices rising from the carbon monoxide, telling me to turn off my engine and walk. The blood of my ancestors springs forth from a closed vein, an ancient vein running low. Gasoline is the blood of my ancestors.
Whenever you realize it's now, look about you and mark that occasion. Remember it, my friend. Whenever you can see that it's now, happening as you're doing it in front and about you, whenever you find yourself right there, count it as a blessing and accept your distractionless state as a condition of now. You're present at the unfolding moment. You're present. You're making it as it's happening, babe. It's happening now. So celebrate it. Revel in it. It only happens once, man. Then it changes. And it changes again. And all the while you're in the now. Congratulations if you can be there for the now.
My father is a dead smoker. I think I'll sue R.J. Reynolds. My sister is a pregnant whore. I think I'll sue Planned Parenthood. My brother is an ignorant chump. I think I'll sue the school board. My other brother is a fucking junkie. I think I'll sue the CIA after all. They're the ones who brought the shit in. My dog got hit by a cement mixer. I think I'll sue Mack Trucks and Kaiser. My motorcycle and stereo were stolen. I'm already suing the police department. My girlfriend fell asleep while freebasing cocaine and burned down my house. I won $255,000 in a judgment against the fire department, and a lawsuit with the Bolivian government is pending. I've got to find someone to blame.
The following work, The Cunt Syndrome, has been deemed the most important work by an emerging artist for the year 1988 by the Council on Foreign Relations. The technical term for this condition is close-mindedus parallaxissimus decuntada, and a more detailed accounting of the syndrome can be found in Ladies' Home Journal, January 16, 1987.
They're always jumping to false conclusions.
Yeah, reading more into it than there really is.
And disallowing the explanation of others in favor of personal biases, often based on past histories.
Yeah.
Their pettiness, man. It's always attached to detail.
And it's so trivial. Trivia-ridden overemphasis on the self.
Closed.
Closed as shit, man. And the defense mechanisms. Every time you trigger something, they shut it all out. All other considerations but their own.
Yeah.
Their own fears. Yeah, their fears and worries, man.
Yeah, bitches or cunts, man.
A victim of the cunt syndrome will find himself exhausted by attempting to reason with the narrow mind of an afflicted cunt.
The cunt is generally female. However, in many cases, the male exhibits these traits also. And more we are finding this syndrome to have crossed sexual lines. The victim of the cunt syndrome will use all means to rationally discuss the given situation or situations. However, due to the closed nature of the afflicted cunt, all attempts at peaceful negotiation are met with further hate and anger, generally reflecting the inner nature of the said cunt.
A victim of the cunt syndrome can often be heard saying,
I'm beating beating my head against the fucking wall!
Haven't you heard anything I've said?
That's not what I meant at all. You're completely twisting things around and making me the guilty one.
You're so full of hate and resentment, you bitch. You can't even see that I'm trying to work this out with you.
You're always right, aren't you? It's never your fault. Always somebody else's. You make me sick with your petty bullshit.
You selfish, conceited little cunt. Everything has to be your way or not at all.
It's always me with you. When are you going to share and open up a little bit and admit that the world does not revolve around you?
After several years of cunt-like practice, the cunt reaches an age where all attempts to turn the cunt from this type of behavior are met with failure, resentment, hate, and a vile tongue.
Many victims of the cunt syndrome currently reside in state and federal penitentiaries due to forced responses brought on by prolonged exposure to individual cunts or groups of cunts.
The victim of the cunt syndrome has little option other than simply walking away from the cunt, or the occasional murdering of the cunt. Again, all attempts at reasoning with the said cunt are useless.
The cunt is found increasingly in all walks of life, and no individual is safe from the influence and wrath of the cunt. The cunt employs a variety of disguises. A victim will be shown the cunt's true nature given a relatively short period of exposure to the cunt. The cunt syndrome is irreversible, and no current treatment, save for electroshock and frontal lobotomy, have been proven effective.
When dealing with a cunt, it is advised that you avoid conflicts at all costs, and should conflict arise, that you discount virtually the entire subject matter and content of the discussion.
The cunt is to be pitied, but in no instances should the cunt or the actions of the cunt be allowed to run freely.
Dr. L. Robuis, in a discussion to the Princeton Medical Society in October of 1985, had this to say about the dread cunt syndrome.
Yes, the cunt syndrome is everywhere, and yes, we must remain on the alert for its presence, but under no circumstances are we to be influenced or persuaded by the rantings and ravings of this horrible creature.
The cunt syndrome has reached epidemic proportions. Trust your instincts. Stand up to this oppressive creature, the dreaded cunt.
Hey, dude! Me and the friends are headed to an ear fucking, man. It's the latest. You know, when you're jonesing on crack, you bang the head. Oh, dude, it splits open in the brains. Oh, fucking A, man. They're really cool. And besides, there's plenty of fucking ears to bang. Lots of them, man. Hey, why don't you check it out? Right on.
I'm rebuilding my mind.
I can be anything I want to be.
I'm rebuilding my
this
mind
time around.
to become more functional. You know, I'm not doing a thing.
I can be anything I want to be.
I'm not on that
around.
doing treadmill anymore. The need to do.
I can be
instead,
anything I want to
I'm
be
shaping my
this time
consciousness
around.
right at this very moment. Out of the swirling mass of lusts, frustrations, fantasies, visions, illuminations, revelations.
I want to be this time around.
It's called reprogramming my nervous response reaction system.
I can be anything I want to be
metaprogramming
this
or something
time around.
like that. But I'm readjusting my cognitive circuitry, reconditioning my patterns and habits.
I can be anything I want to
rebuilding
be
my mind
this time around.
so that I can function and participate and heal myself.
I can be anything I want to be
Ain't nobody else
this
can
time
do it for me.
around.
Yes? What was your dream about? The only thing you own, my friend, while visiting here upon the planet is your relationship with time. Everything else fades away, you know. It's an illusion, man, except for the movement of time. It's all you've got, baby. The rest will leave you someday. Hey. The way to face time, man, is with the clean, clear feeling about yourself. Based on symbols and terms of mind that free you from worries, guilt, and compounded fears. The trivial. The garbage detail. Each and every one of us has got the trivial. So change the terms, man, and make it easier on yourself. Give yourself the freedoms you need. Hey, nobody else is gonna do it for you, baby. Change the terms. It's the pataphysical science of perspective, babe. Fluid intuition. Hey, boogie down. Change the terms. Boogie down. Change the terms. Change the terms, baby. Boogie down. Change the terms, baby. Boogie down. You know, the freedom's yours for the asking, babe. Just believe in yourself. Hey, nobody else is gonna do it for you, babe. So change the terms.
Change the terms.